Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Bold and the beautiful weekly predictions. See Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan, Snapping and Daphne, Rose, Muriel Hilaire, Saving Carter, Walton Lawrence, St. Victor. Today we have predictions for Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig and Brooke, Logan, Catherine, Kelly Lang. For Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton and Bill Spencer, Don Diamond. For Daphne Rose and Carter Walton. For Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada and Will Spencer, Crew Morrow. And also for Deacon Sharp and Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown. So, next week on Bold and the Beautiful, we have Brooke Logan in a little satin robe backstage at the fashion show. Taylor confronts her, closes the door, and traps her in a room with her. Taylor may assume that Brooke is again trying to flaunt herself in her robe. There's probably some sultry underwear underneath it. And Taylor may assume that Brooke is again trying to use sex to lure Ridge Forrester, Torsten K. But doing it backstage at the fashion show. Maybe Brooke was planning to try and lure Ridge into an office, a supply closet, some other private spot to show off her slinky panties and bra. Especially, Brooke can claim that Ridge needs to see it because he designed it and she was his muse. Taylor may accidentally or on purpose lock Brooke in a closet or a dressing room to keep her out of the fashion show to teach her a lesson. Taylor may even stick around to make sure she can't get out. I mean, it's kind of an outrage. I guess it depends on whether you're Team Taylor or Team Brooke in this. But I think we can all agree that waiting for Ridge to walk in the room so Brooke can show off her undies at her age, where there should be more to their relationship than just sex, is pretty desperate. If Nookie is the only way that Brooke can get Ridge back, then that's not destiny. That's lust. And that's all it. There has to be something more, right? But that's what she's leaning into, and I think that's problematic. So, this week ahead, we have Liam Spencer getting bad news from Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, that he is dying because she convinces Finn Tanner Novlin that despite her not being a doctor, she should be the one to tell her ex-husband that he has got a tumor. And it is inoperable and terminal, which means he is going to die. So, Liam says he's not going to give in to this death sentence, which is of course not up to him. But in the meantime, and just in case, he may want to make amends with Bill in the event he does die. So, I expect Liam to make efforts to bury the hatchet with Bill just in case, because if Liam did die, then Bill would have a whole lot of regrets about the way he talked to Liam at his house the last time. However, Liam may have to come up with a lie or an excuse to explain to Bill what happened with all the blood on the floor. We haven't heard anything about that. There should have been a big puddle of blood in the living room and another puddle right outside on the front stoop. Also, there is a spoiler photo of Liam out with his dad. They're at Il Giardino. He's wearing a beanie. It looks like a different one. On Friday, it looked kind of like a knit cap. This other one looks a little more extravagant. So, it could be this week ahead that Liam is out to lunch at Il Giardino with his dad Bill. And the question, of course, is why would Liam be out with his dad after that bitter showdown, unless he does intend to let bygones be bygones with Bill, especially given these health issues that are dire. However, I do doubt that Liam will tell his dad Bill what's really going on. He seems committed to keeping it a secret. So, in spoilers for this week, we know there's a big fashion show at Forrester Creations. We've got various guest stars like Heidi Montag and her husband Spencer Pratt. There's also social media influencer Markle Washington on the scene, plus old Forrester family friend Christine Williams. It's Lauralee Bell, who is showrunner Brad Bell's sister, and she's again doing a crossover from Young and the Restless. So, any of these people could ask Carter about his takeover of Forrester Creations because he and Brooke Logan made a very public declaration. People knew that they had taken over and the Forresters were pushed into the background. So, the press or Christine or this influencer Markle, any of them could ask Eric Forrester, John McCook, or Ridge about this in front of Carter. No doubt as coup, he is expected to be at the event, but if he is, somebody may confront him and try and get the dirt about why he and Brooke took over Forrester Creations. Nobody really knows about Hope Logan's Annika Noel involvement outside of the company. So, Carter may really be under scrutiny. The press could bombard Carter at the fashion show. He may feel trapped and cornered, and doesn't know what to say because admitting the truth would ruin his professional reputation. So, Daphne Rose could whisk in and get between him and the press, defend him, come up with some reasonable explanation like it was just a short-term reorganization, or the Forresters needed to take a step back for some family reason just for a moment, that it was never intended to be permanent, something that doesn't make Carter look evil, and that could make him be really grateful to Daphne and may soften him up to make him more open to the advances she keeps making. Plus, Hope is going to keep rejecting him. Since Will is a Forrester Creations intern, he should be there helping out with the fashion show. I expect Electra Forrester Linnea Grace will be there since her and Ivy's jewelry design should be on display with the couture collection that's on the catwalk. We also know Luna just told her crazy grandma Sheila she is not going to give up on getting her hands on Will. So this might be another really good opportunity to make another bold move because there's going to be so many people in the building. I could definitely see Luna sneaking into the fashion shows as an uninvited guest to try and get Will alone. Maybe this time Luna will put on a different costume. You know, she could be a stagehand, somebody working in makeup, something like that. It could make for an interesting twist at the fashion show, especially if Luna gets caught. If she really wanted to do something wild, she could lock Electra in a closet and maybe even take an outfit, put it on, go out onto the catwalk, shock the Forresters. I mean, the girl is seriously wild and deluded. Deacon recently told Hope that he gave Sheila an ultimatum, and she chose him over Luna, and he seemed completely certain that Sheila was sticking to it. But Hope's like, I don't think so, and tried to give her dad some advice, but Deacon isn't listening. He thinks he is right about this, and coming up this week, Deacon, or next week sometime in Sweeps, Deacon may bust Sheila hanging out with Luna because they are together all the time. You'd think that somebody else that worked for Deacon at Il Giardino would tell him, oh, hey, you know what? Your wife is meeting with Luna behind your back, by the way, the one who killed your friends. Deacon may feel stupid that he believed Sheila and had faith in her when she was lying and never had an intention of staying away from Luna. I think if she is caught, Sheila would beg and then double down on her lies to Deacon and vow that she really will stop seeing Luna, but we know she's not going to. I do think Sheila will say anything she has to say to get Deacon to stay, but with zero intention of sticking to her word. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.